Well, we're finally retiring. Thanks to our kid. Yeah. Going out in the business world on their own and making more money than we ever even imagined.
God bless them.
It's a lemonade stand. Check it out.
All right, so here's the deal. We've got the girls, the gang, their friends, running. All right, look the other way now. Running a lemonade stand. So here's the stand. Here's the money. This was for a lemonade. They tip the adorable women. Yes, I get it. I'm backing off. When I was a kid, and we did a deal like this, here comes another person. This has been I thought we'd have 5 people. What are we doing?
Water is $1. Oh, actually it's $1.
So she's just sold them a bottle of water for $1. And what do you say, Zoe? What do you say? Thank you. Hey, thanks, bud. All right, so she just got tipped for selling him a bottle of water. When I was a kid, people would just stop to come over and kick over my stand, but yet here, with the adorable children, plus they keep drinking all their profits, but besides that, it's just been hilarious. I seriously thought that they would get maybe 5 customers or 6 customers. But like I said, I showed you, people are pulling up and giving them $5 for a glass of lemonade. I'm just lucky that it's 96 degrees outside and I have a beautiful tree to sit underneath. And hopefully this afternoon won't be going on for all that long. All right, we'll give you an update.
80 years.
Of what?
The Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz was made 80 years ago?
80 years ago.
Wow.
Remember how it started off black and white in Kansas? Because, well, Kansas is kind of black and white. And then all of a sudden they go to Oz and it's all color and everybody was like crazy. And all the stories that came out of the Wizard of Oz were amazing.
You know, we went through that in my filmmaking class, and one of the reasons that it was so cool is because in the 50s they made this unbelievable color wheel. The rotation is what made those really vivid, intense colors. And even though everything can be created digitally and can be really beautiful now, nothing ever matched the intensity of the colors that they were able to create in that system. And so that's why going from black and white in Kansas, which is all black and white, to Oz was just such a mind blower for people.
It was. And I remember it used to come on like every year when I was a kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was
that
a
one
big
celebratory thing. Yeah,
it was
we'd all watch
a big family thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd hide behind the chair. There's a little
wing,
dog too.
It was the wing monkeys, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, they weirded me out.
You know, one of the funny things is that they never had a collection of so many small people in the history of the country.
That's
and all of a
true.
sudden, they had the Munchkins all together, and they couldn't keep each other off of each other. They were in behind the scenes, behind props. They just were...
Oh, because you mean the dating pool? All of a sudden there was a dating pool, and you're like, this is awesome.
It was like, get off of him. We have to film a movie. Which I thought
was awesome.
Yeah, and I actually heard that from an interview with one of the small people. He was one of the famous ones who's been around for a long time, and even he was like laughing about it. He thought it was. He goes, you couldn't turn around.
Oh, dating pool, all of a sudden, opportunity.
I think that's so funny.
I can't blame him. I absolutely love this story because I saw a picture of Grandma Joy, and she was in front of Bryce National Canyons.
Grandma Joy.
And Grandma Joy is actually the grandma to Brad Ryan. Now, he's been going to veterinary school, and he's having a really hard time. They live back east, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go see my family, maybe straighten out my head because he'd been dealing with depression and anxiety
Okay. All right.
and dealing with how hard things were.
All right.
And he was sitting and talking to Grandma Joy, and he was telling her about, and she's 87 years old, adorable. He was talking to her a little bit about some of the places he'd seen, and she said, I've never seen any of those places.
She actually said she had never seen mountains or an ocean.
She'd never been out of her state. And so he went, well, that's just wrong. And
Here we go.
He said, you want to go on a road trip with me? And of course, Grandma Joy's like, yeah. And so they started. Now, over the last 4 years, they've had this unbelievable odyssey. They've been to 29 national parks across America.
Wow.
They've hit almost every single state. They've driven 25,000 miles. And there's these awesome pictures of her everywhere. There's one of her getting her junior ranger status.
Oh, nice.
That is so adorable.
87 years old.
But the fun thing about it, though, is since they started this travelogue, and he's kind of covered it on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
They're just getting views from all over the world and commentary, and apparently there's a lot of other elders who are talking to their kids going, it's time for us to hit the road.
Oh, that's so funny.
But the way he said it to me was so beautiful. He said, seeing it through my grandmother's eyes and how she wakes up every morning and she's just thankful to be alive, it's taught me how to live. He said, I really wish other people would spend more time with their elders. You're not too cool to hang out with your grandparents. He says, I think we've lost that as a society and not realizing how much perspective and knowledge that we're getting from our elders.
That's true.
But the thing that was so sweet, he said, I love my grandma so much, and it's really giving me a lot of peace that when she eventually passes on, I'll be able to go back to these places, and her soul will be there. Plus, she's so cute. You see her in these pictures, and she's
25,000 miles.
oh, and she's just wearing her cute
Oh
little,
my gosh.
polyester relaxed fit pants, and
Right,
she's sitting
right.
like on some rocky cliff going, this is awesome.
It was wild.
I love her so much.
All right, so you are going to a conference for women, and this is, let me just kind of do this because you're going to go away. It's 3 nights, 3 days, and you're going to go there, and it's to
September 8th through the 12th up in Heber Valley, and it's this beautiful, gigantic, mansion-y thing called Chocolate Villa.
Chocolateville. It has nothing to do with chocolate.
No.
It has to do with advancing you in your life and your career.
Yeah, it's from the group at Villa Executive, and Marilee, who's such an amazing woman, started business coaching specifically for women executives a long time ago. And what this has turned into is a retreat where you really go through what you want, what your next is. And I've been feeling that for a long time now, like there's more that I'm supposed to be doing. There's other things. I don't feel
Right.
like there's enough. And the cool thing about her is that coaching through them takes you through all of your feelings and your thoughts and your skills and what matters to you, and you come up with the answer on your own. It's not like, well, this is what you should be doing next.
But
Todd
Dan-
and I have had consultants who came up with super
Idiots.
interesting ideas.
Individuals.
But for this, they work through what you really need and what you want and what your abilities are. And you come out of this thing feeling like you could pick up the building and walk off with it. Now, I want you to come with me because this is going to be amazing. September 8th through the 12th. And the packages are amazing. This is all inclusive. This is your stay at the Chocolate Villa. This is chef prepared meals. This is all the executive coaching that's thousands upon thousands of dollars when they do it with other corporations. And because they're holding it in Utah this time, there's actually room for more of us Utah girls to go. So this is a perfect time to do it. If you want to go with me, mention Todd and Erin at checkout. Chocolatevilla.com, click on the retreats, take a look. But this is life-changing. I've been thinking about it every day. And
I'm
getting
excited for you. I really am.
Chocolatevilla.com.
I saw the pictures of the hotel, by the way. Really nice pool and everything. So anyway, really
Mansion. Tell me about this vodka.
cool. Okay, all right. So, been to the store, seen something called organic vodka. This is made from organic, potatoes?
I guess. Does it make it more special? Does
it make it more vegan or healthy? I don't think so.
Well, doesn't the filtering process for vodka essentially take out?
This is the answer to that.
Okay.
Artsy vodka. Now, in 1986, a certain event happened called Chernobyl. Now,
this is something you've been fascinated with. We've talked about it so many times.
and you know why? Here's the reason why. Is because when there's been videographers who have gone back there, and they wear their badges for radioactivity exposure and their timing, and they know what not to step on. You don't step on moss, you step on concrete, because it doesn't hold the particles. And they go through and they would go into houses and take pictures, and everything, just like your house is right now, without you.
eerie. 'Cause
Money.
Literally, you left. You
Money
just
is
left.
on top of the desk. The toys, the dolls, the kitchen, the bowls are still out. All the ingredients were still there because you couldn't take anything because they walked you out, stripped you, showered you, threw you in a truck, and drove you away. And so for me, I can't even imagine that world. So anyway, so these guys said, you know, it'd be cool. There's a bunch of rye, wheat rye, and we could get it and get some of this aquifer water from the exclusion site and make vodka out of it.
So they're taking wheat from a radioactive field and using
but yeah.
artesian water
Yeah, which is,
from Chernobyl,
Mm-hmm.
which even after, what has that been now, 20 years, 25 years?
1986.
Wow.
So anyway, the point
30 years.
the point
That they're going
being,
to just do that now.
so what they're doing is they're actually putting this together. They have it all tested, and there is there's no more radiation in this than there is in water in Utah. There's always that background radiation that exists everywhere. And so through the fermentation and the filtration process, all the bad stuff goes out with the waste. So it is actually
Really?
just
You can get
vodka.
You can get radioactive elements out through a filtration process.
Well, they're selling it. And they're helping the communities that live around the area.
So they're making an artesian vodka from Chernobyl.
Right.
What's its name, by the way?
I don't know. I'm looking for this. Oh,
I'm
it's from the
guessing-
Chernobyl Spirits Company. Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
see that happening.
It's in Kiev.
I mean, I wouldn't even have it on my shelf like as an entertainment, like a conversation piece, because it's like,
But how cool is that? It does,
Really?
yeah, it makes your pee glow in the dark. But besides that, everything else is just fine with it.
what did the bartender say about it? I'm sure someone's tasted
Someone's
it.
tasted it, and they said it's vodka from a radioactive place. But they're raising a huge amount of money selling it as a novelty. And people are drinking it, and it's like, it's just crazy.
Of all things, that Okay,
make me feel smarter. How can you do that?
we have the two stupidest criminals on the planet that both popped up this weekend. Two. No
Okay,
waiting.
number one.
Number one is local. He was arrested Thursday after alleged telling shopping mall employees that, quote, bad news would happen if they didn't cancel, I guess, what he considered a controversial event that would be happening on Saturday. Colton John Shaycox of Draper was arrested for investigation of making a terroristic threat and booked into Utah County Jail.
What a great name, Shaycox.
On Wednesday, before opening, management at outlets at Traverse Mall received a voicemail from a man attempting to hide his identity by using a foreign accent and warning that the mall should not hold a shopping event not on my soil.
What was the event? Was it like a shoe sale or?
It's a back-to-school event called Kidchella that was scheduled to take place Saturday that he somehow felt
Was against
was
everything
offensive
that-
with his political views.
How long did it take the police to go get him?
Well, here's the fun. And then, of course, he continued on by going, well, you won't even see it coming. Bad news will happen to you if you do this. Police, of course, listened to the recordings, traced the phone call, went to his house and arrested him.
There you go.
I don't know if you know this, kitten, but just trying to alter your voice with a foreign accent is probably not enough when you're on a clearly traceable line. And of all things you would try to make a terroristic threat about, it was going to be a back-to-school kid event.
There's no good reason to do it.
Yeah, but... Okay, well, here's the
Like
one.
a pet adoption center sale or something. Yeah, that's wrong too.
Traditionally, I never think people should be brutally punished for their stupidity because it's, you're like, God bless you, you just don't know better. This guy needs to be punished horribly. And as a matter of fact, he's lucky he's still alive. Now, we've all seen social experiments, and it's basically a fun way to do something wildly offensive or upsetting and then to see how people respond to it. Well, he walked into a Walmart in Missouri equipped with body armor, a handgun, and a rifle. This was
Across his chest.
This was less than a week after those two unspeakable, heartbreaking mass shootings. Well, Dmitry Andreychenko told investigators, I just wanted to know if Walmart was still going to honor the Second Amendment. He was arrested Thursday after panic ensued when he walked into the store with his rifle slung across his chest and recording himself with a cell phone.
Which open carry is legal. Why you would do it, I have no idea.
The manager intelligently hit the fire alarm got everybody out. An off-duty firefighter was able to subdue him and hold him down until police arrived.
Right.
He says, I didn't intend for any negative reaction. This was just a social experiment.
His wife pleaded that he not do this.
The rifle he carried had a loaded magazine, and the handgun was loaded with a round in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking this isn't a big deal. Police Lieutenant Mike Lucas said he did indeed cause a panic. His intent was not to cause peace or comfort. He's lucky to still be alive, to be honest. I want this to be so bad. I want you to throw the book at him. I want you to beat him over the head with his own rifle. That's what I want from him.
They charged him with something, and I forget what
Terroristic
it was.
threat.
Terrorist threats, okay.
Which is serious.
Yeah, and it might not hold up and stuff, but there
Oh, God, I hope so.
could be a weapons violation. Who knows?
Even with open carry, can you chamber around? Chambering
Yeah,
around
you
means
can-
that there's actually a bullet
yeah.
in the chamber, so all you have to do
Yeah.
is do one pull and it's...
You see people walking around the store and stuff, and they have it out, and all it is they just want attention. That's all, and they scare people, and I leave. I've done that 3 times with my kids. I've just left, because you know why?
No.
I don't know that person. I don't know if they're crazy or not. So I leave. And it's their right to do it, and God bless
Yeah,
them.
but in today's date, time and place...
20 years ago is
this
the same
really...
way.
Is this really...
Same way.
Yeah, but still. So
All right.
anyway...
Good news. A recap story.
Yes.
I always love recaps.
Oh, this is from Tell Me Something Good, right?
Yeah, we did the story about a Canadian hiker, and she was out into the wilds with her dog, and her name is Dee Gallant. And Dee Gallant was out there hiking and stuff, and all of a sudden
The cougar, right?
they realized they were being stalked by what turned out to be a younger, which are the more dangerous because they're teenage, cougars. And so she kept her dog close to her and started talking to the animal. So, no, go back.
It wasn't listening.
They were standing really close. And then the only thing she could think of was she went and she took her phone out. She put it on speaker and she played Metallica as loud as she could.
Blasted Metallica and
What is
scared
it?
off the cougar.
Don't tread on me. And so it scared the cougar away. Well,
Nice.
the story got around the internet and stuff.
Yeah, everyone's
and
been talking about it. It's so cool.
James Hetfield, who was the lead singer for Metallica, got her a hold of her number and called. And she was really, she was like, what? And this
That's
like,
awesome.
Because she's always been a fan of theirs since she was a kid, you know? And so, because they've been around forever. And they had this great conversation that says, well, thanks so much. Your song saved my life. And they were like, boom. And he goes, just to make sure that you realize it's me, I'm going to take a selfie of myself and send it to you right now.
That's
So you
hysterical.
have confirmation. She said he was really nice, really down to earth.
That's adorable.
And if anybody had told her that music would have saved her life 20 years later, she would have thought you were crazy.
Well, the funny thing about it, Metallica, of course, everyone's like, it's Metallica. They are pussycats. Every concert that they do in every state, they do ticket proceeds to feed the hungry.
Right.
Everyone, and
Right.
not only that, they started this huge, they put millions down for it. It's a kind of a journeyman project that helps younger people who want to get into more of the trades where you're working with your hands, like electrician
Right,
or
right.
brick mason or different
Welders.
things like that.
Right.
I mean, I love them. I think they're so interesting.
Well, that's very cool.
But I love the fact that he called her like, way to go.
Finally, I have my story.
Tell me.
A lottery story from the UK. Finally, it has happened.
You're always irritated when people win the lottery and they go, well, I'm
Don't
just
say
going
it,
to go to work.
don't say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So anyway, this guy goes and he wins £10,000, which is about $12,000 a month for life.
I could do pretty well with $12,000 a month.
I think I could make that swing.
Right?
So he worked for Amazon. He worked at a computer in one of the distribution centers. And so he won and he got the money and he went, okay. He said, I'm going to work. And the first day he went back to work, he took his break. They call it
I just wouldn't do that.
call it a 15-minute break. 15-minute break. That's what you get. And he goes, and I think I did a break abuse. That's a term they use in Amazon in the UK. It's when you go extended time or something like that, or go when you're not supposed to
You
go.
abuse your 15
Because they
minutes.
work really hard at Amazon, and
Yes,
it is
they do.
it is people who say, "Oh, it's too busy." Well, that's the business, and they work you hard, and
Oh, yeah.
that's the way it works. And the people who are successful there are successful because they keep up.
So
right? And I
we
think-
know he's a hard worker. 'cause
he is
he's
a
been
very
there.
hard worker.
Yeah.
So he came back and he sat down in front of his computer. And he thought for 5 minutes. And he said, I'm sick. And I went home. The next day, he came back to work and explained why he was leaving. Now.
I love this guy. It took a minute to sink in.
He goes, what am I doing? So one of the cool things he's going to do with his $12,000 a month is his parents are taking care of his brother who's autistic, severely autistic. My parents are getting a bit on now, and it's difficult for them to keep up with.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And he said, you know what, I'll just take that over and let my parents relax and have the rest of their lives. And I'll take care of my brother. And I won't have to work at Amazon anymore.
I love this man so much.
It's a great story.
I just love the fact that he was still worried about break abuse.
I was on break abuse.
Like, I have $12,000 a month for the rest of my life, but I've abused my break.
Right.
I mean, that's so cute. How can you not love him?
Story. Anyway, you guys, thanks very much for watching the Todd and Erin Daily stream.
Oh, and by the way, it's a big thank you for making it all the way through the show without getting sick. We have a nothing bundt cake, a glorious cake with cream cheese frosting. It kind of came out of our love of desserts from last week's chocolate week. So if you would like it, all you have to do is mention cream cheese frosting in the comments below, and I'll pick a winner today and we'll let you know.
All right.
You deserve a reward. You've tolerated us for a full, 10 minutes?
Yeah, if I've gained weight, you are too. All right? That's the way we work around here. That way we all stand together, we all look not too bad.
Yeah, and then the cougars run away because we've made ourselves gigantic.
There you go.
So see, it's a cougar repellent.
You guys have a good day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.